And we got to pay off the tease edition of the Doing All Right podcast here on this lovely Tuesday. Brian Broaddus over there on his side of the table. I'm on the Iron Throne. We kicking and we ain't doing nothing else. We got some Q&As today. Got some questions today, Brian. I must say, I'm listening to my peers and some of our colleagues and cohorts. I'm ashamed of my peers, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of ashamed of them boys, man, because it's like, man, we sure talking about 12 and 20 a whole bunch, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Brian, we what 206 players in on this show. You probably got 218 on your board, but like we watch a lot of dudes, man. I ain't finna just go on the radio and only. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
I talked to I did this radio hit in Portland, Maine the other day. You know, some big times. Don't worry about it. In Portland, Maine the other day. I was like, Voch, give us some day 3 guys. And man, I felt good that I can mention Max Llewellyn from Iowa or Caleb Proctor from Southeast Louisiana. You know, it felt good to be able to talk about those guys. Or Nate Burkature, because I just learned how to say his damn name or whatever. You know what I mean? I just want to encourage my colleagues in this last 10 or so days that we got of this thing, man. The Cowboys do have picks at 152, 177, 180, and 218. Yeah. And we have a very educated audience. Our audience watch more film than us, because they gonna go in the comments and be like, Voch, Jeffrey Kafelkovich from Northeast Illinois State Community College. Have you seen him? No.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just going to assume that my audience don't want to hear about people that we got down in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I was on with Giants.com yesterday.
What'd they say?
And they were talking about at 5, they're thinking Sonny Styles.
Okay.
So what they had me do was try and pick 537 and then their 4th round pick. And they were happy. They were happy when I got to that 4th round pick. And I took Proctor there.
Yeah.
You know, thinking that like maybe he'll get there, maybe he might go a little earlier, but they were like, okay, we see what you're doing here. Okay. You know, so we went through like, okay, take Delane at 5, take Styles at 5, take Mawanoa at 5, and then able to pick different spots. And that's, I think, the beauty of what we do is being able to study the draft with such depth. I was on this morning with Jeff Kavanaugh.
Oh, Jeff.
Trust the Tape, and I asked Jeff this question. I said, who's your best 4th round player? You know?
Let me go see him.
Well, and you can save it. You can save it because I might ask you the same question.
Okay.
But that's where we're at right now. You know, we're at. And like you said, I encourage, it's a little late. It's a little late for some people. Some people will take the beast, Dane Brugler's thing, and they'll go through it and they'll think, oh, I've got a working knowledge of this thing.
Yeah.
But to be able to have your own opinion on it, to be able to have your own opinion about Llewellyn or somebody like that, I think it takes a dedication to doing it and wanting to do it the right way. You and I were talking pre-show about a number of players, like you get to a certain level and you're like, okay, I'm trying to put this thing to bed, and it's hard to put it to bed because you're always worried about
the next guy.
Yeah. You know, you want to. I like I said, I don't want to let down our audience. That's my biggest thing. I mean, I think that there's people who've been following us for, you know, since we've launched this thing in September 1st. As like, hey, you guys are teaching us, you know, and I think that's the responsibility I take in this thing, and I appreciate being able to talk about 4th, 5th round guys.
Brian, I want to call you out on something.
Okay.
Then I'm going to let you run your questions there.
Okay.
You want to trade up from 12.
I do.
Tell me if I'm wrong by saying this. You want to trade up from 12 because you feel like 12 you're going to be dealing with slim pickings.
Yeah.
But at 6 or 9, it's more plentiful there.
Yeah.
Voch says this. I look on my board. I got 37 third round grades and 50 4th round grades.
Sure.
And if we can highlight this on our board, how it's set up, Brian.
Yeah.
If I only look at defenders, that's safeties, corners, linebackers, tackles, edges, you know, stand-up linebacker, all that. I got 47 players, defensive players, in the 3rd and 4th round for the Cowboys. That's the opposite of slim pickings, isn't it? In terms of the Cowboys need defense.
Yeah.
And I know that your argument yesterday was the Cowboys probably suck at drafting in the 3rd, 4th round anyway. So I might as well take that pick and trade up to go get a guy. I feel you, right? But don't you think in this draft particularly, right, that the 3rd and 4th round for defense is so rich that you can find a quality player, even if the Cowboys bad at it, by just throwing a random dart?
No, I mean, listen, the Cowboys have had their share of the Jake Fergusons and guys like that. They've drafted 3rd and 4th round guys. Decently. You know, but they've also had some big misses, though. And this is where I would trust you if you told me, and I would trust the Rams. I'd trust the Ravens. I would trust, I would trust teams far more. If you said trade back, everybody's like, there was one guy in the comments this morning says, you guys have beaten the trade up. It's a dead horse. You've beaten it to death. Give me some trade back stuff. Where do you want to go? Sure. Where do you want to go?
Right in this range.
Right where do you want to go? Yeah. So all of a sudden, I trust you to draft players. I worry about an organization defensively who has leaned on their coaches the way they have the last several years. Junior Fajokos, Boss Man Fat, they've leaned on, Maris Leofau, if you want to put that one in there. Yeah. They sat there and told you and I, Maris Leofau, we're so happy to have Maris Leofau. Yeah. Next regime's like, well, you really don't know where to play Maris Leofau. Yeah. I trust you. And I trust there's other teams I trust. If you want to move back, sure. I'm all for that. I'm all about, but I'm also about going to getting the best players. I'm also about going up, and I think this team does a good job in the top 10 of drafting players, top 12 of drafting players. Yeah.
I guess part of my argument, Brian, is if you let the Cowboys draft at 12, I'm actually with you. I think they're likely to make a mistake at 12. Like, Keldrick Falk he exists at 12, right?
This happened yesterday, by the way, real quick. Todd Archer and I were talking about this. He was doing his draft for ESPN. He got stuck. He got stuck. All the defensive players that he thought.
I've been trying to prepare people for this. But
that's what I'm saying. He got stuck. I'm in the middle of a show and he texts me and says, hey, I got stuck. And so he was kind of looking at offensive players.
Is that out?
No, it's not out yet.
Out yet? Okay, we're gonna break that down.
When it comes out, because this is the guys and gals that cover these teams.
So they know.
Yeah. They live with these teams. They're talking to their sources. Like, I'm talking to Archer about what Cincinnati's going to do. He's got a relationship. Todd used to work in Cincinnati. So he's got relationships. So these beat writers know. But he goes, I got wiped out. Yep. And he goes, I got wiped out again at 20. When you start to talking about who to take.
I think it's tough to get wiped out at 20, but I'm listening to you.
But that's kind of, the players that you and I, now they think totally different. I believe they do. Sure. They think totally different. There's players that you and I right now are not as high on, that they might be very high on, that Archer had to pick. And so if it happens, then we would go, man, I wouldn't have gone that route. I wouldn't have done that. But see, that's kind of where my thought about going, listen, when the Giants are telling me at 5, they're taking Styles, does that make me want to? Jeff Kavanaugh had it this morning. He says he's got Bailey. If you take Bailey at 3, you take Styles at 5 or 4 or 5.
I think that's high for Styles too, but sure.
I do too. Yeah. I do too. And when you look at my top 100, which is on Crown Global Media right now, I sit there and look at, he's talking about, he's got a plan for, he's got Bailey, he's got Styles, and he's got Downs. There's certain levels in the trade up where you go and grab players. Yeah. To me, I would much rather have that option. Nothing against Messidor, nothing against any one of these other guys that we're talking about. Not Reese, Terrell, Hood, somebody like that. Nothing against those guys. Thieneman, I'm just telling you, I would rather have the opportunity to take somebody like a Bailey, like a Downs, somebody like that, potentially Delane, somebody like that, instead of just sit there and wait and hope that those guys get to me.
I guess my overall point to this thing, right? I feel like I can draft pretty well.
Yeah.
It's on the internet. Y'all can go see for yourself. But if the Cowboys say, all right, I want to take a safety in the third round.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to miss that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking at my third round, and look, my third round grades aren't their third round grades, right? But just third and fourth round, like Clark, TCU, Halsey, LSU, Lewis, Pitt, Scott, Miami,
Yeah.
Genesis Smith, Arizona, Fitzgerald, USC, Ramsey, USC, Thomas, Miami, Kilgore. Like, how do you miss in that group? I just think in these particular rounds, at these certain units, at these units, pass rush, safety, corner, linebacker's nice too. I think it's hard to miss there. And what I'm saying is, I don't want to miss in a group that's so rich right now. I don't want to not have a pick, because in the second round, we feel like there's quality players there. Cowboys be missing in the second round, but there's still quality players there. I hate that I can't draft right there. So the whole idea of trading up, you doing that again with your third and possibly your fourth round pick if you trading up really high. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you have an opportunity in this draft, and every draft ain't like this. Some drafts in the fourth round, you walk away with Viliami Fehoko. No disrespect to him.
Yeah.
But these fourth round grades that I got, I think you have a much higher hit rate or a much higher opportunity to hit in the fourth.
How many times have you sat there, you and I working a draft together for Dallas Cowboys?
It happens every year when they overdraft
They take somebody and you go, I had him in the fifth round.
Sam,
yeah,
Leofow.
How many?
Rest in peace. Marshawn was a little high for me.
Yes,
they do it all the time.
See, that's what I'm saying. You've got your board the way it is.
Yeah,
you've got your board the way it is.
We got our top 100s on Crown Globe Media. By the way, just want to take a quick second to highlight this. It's Voch Lombardi's board, the top 100. Scroll up for me, Zach, and then you got Brian Broaddus' board right here. So if y'all want to see either of our top 100s on Crown Globe Media, scroll all the way up, Zach. It's going to say Draft Center. Scroll up. NFL Draft Center right there. Yeah. That's where you find all the work on Crown Globe Media.
And by the way, we've got it created where you can create your own stack.
That's out to William too, man.
Yeah, you can make your own. You can put your own top 100. I think the instructions are pretty self-explanatory here. Yeah, right there.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Zach doing a great job. And,
all right.
And it gives you an idea of how you can take your board, type it all out, and then paste it in, and then the players will come up in order.
Hold on, so you type it right there?
Yeah, what you do is you take like a Word document or whatever, put it in, and then it reads and it puts in the order for how you want to do it.
Damn, AI.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's hard as hell. We ain't had it like this.
So William Boykins, who does the work. I was with William at DallasCowboys.com. William does fine work, but he created all this and stuff like that. So yeah, we could do this. But anyway, day 3. Cowboys miss every year. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You look at me. I sit right across from you, and as soon as the pick's made, you just look down.
It's a little high for me.
Yeah, and then you automatically say that's a little high for me, a little rich. And then when we have to interview the player, you're kind of like, okay, I would have taken somebody else here, that kind of thing. But to me, I trust you drafting.
Thank you, sir.
I really do. I trust. I do. I trust. There's people that I trust. But will the Cowboys, when you start to rattle off Bud Clark and Halsey and Scott and Lewis, it's names we might not even talked about. Maybe names we haven't even evaluated that gets put up in there. Yeah. All of a sudden, they're taking somebody that we might have a 5th round pick, and they're talking about him like, boy, this guy's going to be a difference maker. Yeah. And I'm going, why did I even do this? Why am I even trying at this?
What the business is.
Yeah. And then the next team drafted takes the guy, and then we go, that was a damn good pick.
Now, Eagles,
you know what?
Vikings,
great job, Ravens, Chargers, good job. That's what you got to do. Yeah. So listen, I pray I could sit there at 12 and the guy who I absolutely, the Downs or somebody like that falls in my lap. Yeah. I pray that happens. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm trying to maybe take that. And you're not wrong. On your board, trading back is a good thing.
It makes sense on my board.
It makes sense on your board.
It might not on theirs.
It might not on theirs. And that's the problem. Yeah. But they've had some good third, fourth round picks. They have. I'm not going to sit there and act like that, taking guys like Bland in the fifth. I mean, I'm not going to act like they haven't had some good picks. But the way they are defensively right now, 2 reasons. Lack of free agency and the draft. So my attitude is, if I'm the Cowboys, I would rather go because I'm fearful. And I got on Kavanaugh again about this more. I'm like, don't be scared to draft. Mm-hmm. Don't be scared to draft. For the Cowboys, I'm a little scared to draft at certain points of time. By the way, let me ask you this question if I could real quick.
Please, go ahead. Get to your question. Please, appreciate you.
What point in the draft or what round do you stop saying that draft pick is going to make a difference for this football team? What round do you kind of say, okay, my expectations for this player is not where it needs to be?
That pairs really well with what I just asked you. That's why I want picks. I don't want to lose my third and my fourth pick.
Right.
Because I think the fourth round is where that ends.
So it ends for you in the fourth.
Fourth round for me. And I'm just looking across. I think, even if you're a team that
just how about just philosophy then?
Philosophical. Sure.
Yeah, philosophy.
Huh?
I was trying to say it.
Philosophical.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I was trying to say it. It just didn't roll out of my.
Sure. This league requires a lot of role players.
Yeah.
It just requires role play. Everybody can't be a superstar. And based on the salary cap and how it's set up, you probably got 7 top paid dudes. Everybody else kind of got to get in where they fit in. Third and fourth round is full of dudes where they just got to, they got to get in where they fit in. So you may have a different first and second down package than your third down package. Yeah. So take a guy like Keyshawn Elliott that I have, right?
Arizona State
linebacker. First and second down, I'm fine with him being a linebacker, stopping the run for you. Mm-hmm. Third down, he has a different job. So you may change it. He may not even play on third down, but he can rush passes sometimes, but he may not even be on the field on third down. Torian York may not play first and second down. Torian York can go out there and cover on third down. Mason Rager, pass rusher, may not want him down on run downs, but as a pass rusher right now, he can do something for him. I'm just looking like Genesis Smith may not be the best tackler right now. That's why he's in the fourth. That's why he's down here. May not be the best tackler right now, but he can go cover his ass off. So there's a role for him. I think in the fourth round this year, we got dudes that can do a little bit of something to where it can get them a job. To where they may come off the field sometimes, but they'll have a job. So when you say players that can impact me immediately, even if your job, like Dominic Orange, right, may not be a pass rusher, but first and second down run stop he got. The tackle from Iowa State, I got a job for him. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think when I get to the fifth round, it's more about developing guys then. It's more about traits at this point. It's more about they may come off the bench. They preseason, they may be fighting for their life or something like that. But I feel real confident in my fourth round guys that even if it's like teams, you know what I'm saying? Like Red Murdoch, the linebacker from Buffalo. He'll come in and do something for sure. He's not competing on teams. He got a job on special teams right now because of who he is. And he may be competing for linebacker reps later. I got that as fourth round for me.
You know what? I kind of call this unrealistic then.
And I got 54th round grades, by the way, but please go ahead.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. All right, how many fifth round grades you have?
Fifth round grades, I got 33.
How many of those fifth round players, and this is a question on the fly, but this is the way you and I operate. Give me a fifth round guy that you think could be maybe an impact starter.
A fifth round guy that could be an impact starter. So typically how cornerback works for me.
Right.
It depends on the system you're in. You may not be a great corner in college, but if your body type fits an archetype that works in the league that may not work in college for you, then So Will Lee, I believe.
Okay.
Tall as hell.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M corner. Doesn't turn very well, but Texas A&M asks him to do a bunch of press man stuff. What if his next team asks him to do cover 3 stuff where all he got to do is be a tall, good running long dude? I think that'll benefit him a little bit more. We just talking about safety. Lewis Moore from Indiana.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a certain role for him, he's an older player, I think a 5-year player, I believe, and he has he's high floor guy right now.
Oh, sure.
So he can come in right now and play some reps. He could probably be one of those sneaky, y'all let me in.
Right.
And I just won a championship. I'm getting interceptions all up and down Indiana, playoffs and all that. He may be a guy that can, flip it and turn into something. And Albert Regis, tackle from Texas A&M. He's so good as a rundown guy. Yeah. He may not be a pass rusher for you, but he's so good as a rundown one tech. Yeah. Technically, he can just come in and be a really good starting nose for you and come off the field on third downs or something.
So these guys were all potential starters, right?
Potential.
Depend. Why wouldn't you say the 6th round then would be the round where you kind of say, I can't get something, I don't think?
Because I think in this draft in particular.
Well, just no, just
in general?
In general.
Why 6th round guys don't? Because if I
mean, it sounds like to me you gave me 3 really good names of guys that could come in. And I was just asking the question because sure. I'm hearing people talk. Well, I feel like that. Mm-hmm. Where do you stop?
I'll tell you
feeling like this player can help me.
I'll tell you
I feel like the 6th round is that guy for me.
Albert Regis, I got him in the 5s.
There you go.
I have him in the 5s because if he pass rush better, I have him in the 4s.
No question.
So I got guys ahead of him like Rashawn Benny.
Yep.
From Michigan.
Yeah.
That he has more upside as a pass rusher than Regis does, but he's also a good rundown guy like Regis is. I talked about Lewis Moore. Lewis Moore is a really good right place at the right time.
Oh, yeah.
High safety, not really a man cover guy, but I got guys in this class, Bishop Fitzgerald from USC, who has a ton of range.
Right.
He could also go and play some man every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Even both those guys, right?
Right.
Bud Clark is a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Because he got range and he'll go tackle and he plays strong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you find somebody in the 6th round, you lucky. But if I like them enough to where I think that they can start, then they probably a 5th rounder for me, or they probably a 4th rounder for me.
Right. See, that's where I'm with you, man, because you encourage me. Mm-hmm. You encourage me, like, there are people saying, I kind of give up after the 4th round.
Oh,
I give up after the 4th. Hell no.
I watch film, man.
No, man. I mean, you can't sit there and tell people. You can't sit there and tell people that.
You say the what?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I give up after the which round?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's people out there. They're like,
these people in the.
I don't expect 4th round.
These.
After the 4th round, I don't. I'm like, what?
Bro, I got some guys in the 4th.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, and I appreciate you named. I mean, you didn't even think about it.
I got Le'Veon Moss in the 4th.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah.
I got Skylar Bell in the 4th. I got Michael Kamara and Gabe Yakas in the 4th.
There you go.
I got Ephesian Priceock in the 4th. Keyshawn Elliott in the 4th. Genesis Smith, Ramsey in the 4th.
Guys that can help.
I got guys in the 4th, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That bothers me so much. I was listening to guys talk about it today, and they're like, well, generally I don't. After the 4th round, I don't expect anything.
Well,
and I'm like,
they don't do this for real.
Yeah, that's what I wonder.
Shouts out to them, but they don't do this for real.
Name something that we've completely overthought during this draft.
That we overthinking about?
Yeah.
Me, like when you say we, like me and you, or we like them?
Just in general, just what the draft community has overthought.
I think this age thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
I think this whole he's 24, 25 thing, I think is bullshit.
Yeah.
I've gotten into some conversations with people on the internet, and I ain't got to say their name. I'm just seeing people's thought process, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm finding holes in their argument, but I'm just not old Voch anymore. Like, if I'm Voch from, like, 2016, I'm getting into loud shouting matches on the internet with these people.
Maturing is what you're saying, huh?
I just ain't got time. But it's like, Bryan, you're 24 years old.
Yeah.
But your film is phenomenal.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't want to draft him that high because he's 24?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Mm-hmm. I look back at one of the, like, I did get into a small skirmish, right? And I was like, well, D tackle from Oregon last year, Caldwell. You remember Caldwell?
Yeah.
Caldwell's a phenomenal player. Big as hell, move good. Caldwell was like 24, but he went in the 3rd round. and he went to the league and he played well. I think he got some tackles on the Cowboys, whatever it was. And I was like, what about Jamari Caldwell? And he was like, well, he went in the 3rd round. Right, but should he have gone earlier?
Yeah.
Should he have?
Did they misdraft him?
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you take dudes in the 1st every single year for whatever reason.
Young guys. Yeah.
Hey, look, man. I'm not a stranger to starting shit, but Dave Hellman, bro, I was listening to you on the radio, and look, this wouldn't be what we do if I ain't call you out, bro. We wouldn't be Brian's kids if I ain't call you out. Dave Hellman was talking about Keldrick Falk, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'd rather bank on the 20-year-old that got room to grow than Messador." And I'm like, Dave, what the hell 20 got to do with this? What does 20 years old got to do with this? 20 years old didn't help him not get wrangled up by Caleb Proctor and Monroe Freeling. 20 didn't help him there. 25 helped the shit out Messador while he up there harassing Churn getting double-digit sacks out here. 25 must be nice with double-digit sacks out here.
Yeah.
Or 24, however, he'll be 25 when the season. He was 24 when it happened.
Sure.
Romello Height. I'm seeing him projected as a 3rd round guy. He's a 2 on my board.
On my board.
Boy, 24 look nice on Romello Height.
Yeah.
Caleb Lomu's another player that's, offensive tackle from Utah, the left tackle. Young player, good feet, upside. Let's draft Lomu high. But this 24-year-old beating the hell out of him on opening day.
You're calling that unfair, though, right?
We didn't even know Texas Tech was nice at this point.
Oh yeah.
Beating the shit out of Lomu and them.
Yeah.
At 24.
Yeah.
I understand the COVID year happened and NIL and these dudes making a little bit of bread. I get that, Brian. But what does 24 years old have to do with me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get good players on this team.
I agree.
I'm trying to get good players on this team. And I keep making this example. I'm sorry if y'all heard me say this 1,000 times, but I think it's an incredible example.
Yeah.
Dog, we still waiting on Tyler Guyton. We still waiting on Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton is a phenomenal athlete. And he followed me on Twitter. Me and him talking. We straight. You
guys meet at training camp.
Met at training
camp.
Chop it up. He tall on me and shit.
You're kind of looking at like giving it the nod.
But Tyler Guyton will tell you this. Respect to him. He'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Like, man, we waiting on him.
Yeah.
And we watching Booker last year, his rookie year, like, damn, boy, shit. Booker finna be. Booker in week 17, boy. Hey, what? Booker, whoa, wait till next year when we see. We excited about the dude because the film. I don't know how old Booker is. Booker might be he might be the perfect example of he's young and he can play now with upside or whatever. But when did being young certify that you're going to get better?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. And when did being old, I'm calling another person out. Marcus Mosier. Calling him out. That's what we do on Crown. Look, this wouldn't be drafted if we ain't do it. Yeah. Marcus was like, yeah, man, but older players just ain't successful like that. Where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Who say that?
Yeah.
Who say that? I know older players get drafted in day 2 and 3 because they old, but that ain't stopping them from being good.
Yeah.
Because they'll go their ass out there and be good.
Yeah, they'll be good.
What we doing?
Yeah.
The Cowboys love seniors.
Yeah.
The Cowboys will draft a whole Senior Bowl class right in front of us.
Yeah.
Because they older.
Yeah.
When the shit did this 20-year-old thing start happening? The film got to check out. You laughing, but you giggling.
I know. I understand because I'm feeling the same thing you are.
I ain't mean to do this, but like if you're a good player and you 20,
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
If you a bad player and you 25, knock yourself out. I get it. But if you good in 25, I'm ranking you higher than the dude that I got questions about at 20. I'm not just going to assume you're going to get better. I never assume. I don't know them. I don't know if they work hard. Mozzie lied to all. How old was Mozzie? Can I look that up? How old was Mozzie when his ass came out? How old was Mozzie ass when he came out?
That's a good question.
Man, how old? Brian got. How old was Mozzie?
Yeah. Get you on, sir.
He young. I ain't gonna keep ranting.
No, you're good.
But it's like I'm just like, man, I think we doing too much right now.
Yeah.
I simply think we doing too much right now. And look, y'all can watch film how y'all want to watch film. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm just disagreeing with y'all. This is draft. Y'all disagreeing with me.
24.
It's cool. Miles was how old?
He's 24 years old.
Well, we shouldn't have drafted Miles because his film was. But look, man, like at the end of the day, if the film checks out, I'm rolling with the film. You ask me, are we overthinking something?
Yeah.
I'm not, because if Myles Garrett was in this draft and we knew who Myles Garrett was, but he was 28, I'm drafting 28-year-old Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I'm drafting 28-year-old Myles Garrett. That's an extreme example, but what I'm saying is if you take 28-year-old Myles Garrett, you're saying this film overrides what I feel about his age.
Sure.
I feel that way about Messidor. I feel that way about Melo Height. I feel that way about Keontae Scott. I just don't mention his name as much.
Yeah.
I feel that way about all these guys that just happen to be older.
You would take all those older guys because they play well.
They play well.
They play well.
They play
It's like if you just watch the film and you would say, you would not ask how old that guy is. I've never sat in a draft room where we're watching film and the guy goes, how old is that guy? They've asked what year he is in college.
Sure.
Oh, that guy's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Oh, okay. But they've never said, nobody's ever said, what, is that a 25-year-old guy getting sacks? They've always been, hey, that guy's getting sacks.
Yeah.
That's what
he whooping. Shouts out to Dave Hellman and Marcus Mosher, by the way. Look, we all can agree or disagree. And I'm just from Natchez and I'm black as hell. I get loud. I'm sorry. I ain't fighting y'all. But dog, like, y'all take Keldrick Fall because he's 20.
Yeah.
Y'all take Michael Williams because he however old Michael.
Foots is a Falk guy, right?
Foots love being wrong. I tell Foots all the time how wrong he is, and he'll come back and say, "Oh yeah, Voch, you right." Foots don't love nothing more than saying, "Voch, you was right about that, and I was wrong." So shouts out to Foots because he'll tell.
Love Foots.
Shouts out to Foots, man. What's your next question, bro?
Why do you think so many teams ahead of you want to trade out? We got the report from Albert Breer yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what.
It seemed like that there were 6-7 teams.
Yeah.
Again, I was on with Giants.com. That'll be, I think, next Monday. I think they do that. We had a good conversation. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, they're cool. I like those guys over there. But yeah, they're one of the teams that's probably not going to trade out. But Albert Breer had a list of them. Seemed like there were 7 teams. Why so many teams wanting to trade out?
Well, Brian, because it goes back to my brilliant question that I opened up with. I think people want picks in round 2, 3, and 4. I think they see how rich round 2, 3, and 4 is.
Yeah.
Versus how bare the top 12 may be.
Yeah.
And I think they would rather have more picks later.
You think teams are scared to pick players up in the top? These guys are all scared to pick players?
I think teams suck at drafting. They should be.
No, you do say that. But I'm asking you this way is the
consequences are much higher missing at 6
some bad drafting teams ahead of you maybe?
Missing at 6 is a much higher consequence than missing at 39. You miss at 39, we're going to look at you crazy, but it's whatever. You miss at 112, it's fine. It's a 4th round pick. You miss at 6, especially Cowboys too. That's another dangerous thing. You trade up for Sonny Styles at 6 and Sonny Styles don't work out, and you traded a ton of capital.
That happened with Mo Claiborne.
Happened with Claiborne. That sets you back a little bit.
Yeah.
It sets you back a little bit. So I'm careful about trading up. I want to love who I'm going up to go get. And look, I like Sonny. Sonny's a nice player. He's 14 on my board or 13, whatever, on my board.
You and I are taking a beating on this one.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. I know you don't. I don't either. I'm just gonna let it ride. Yeah.
I don't give a shit. It would be. I think it's quite dangerous in this class with the weakest top 12.
Yeah.
It ain't like you trade him to get like Jalen Carter or something.
Right.
I think he'll be. No,
they won't. They're going to let you up there. Do you think teams, like you say, teams are bad at drafting though?
Yeah, they suck.
Do you think those general managers are scared the players that are up there?
Also, too, Brian, that's another thing. A lot of these general managers, like, they got new jobs. Like
they got new jobs.
These new general managers. They trying to. They trying to flip bad teams right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So they may feel like they need more, like the Dolphins, Jets, and the Raiders going to pick their guy. But those are teams that like stick out to me. Right? They would probably want to have more guys because they need to build more.
Right.
As opposed to just having one guy. This ain't a class where you got Jamar Chase or like Pat Surtain or something like that.
Do you worry about the teams that are good drafting teams behind you? The Rams, the Ravens.
I wouldn't say
people like that. You worry about them trading up ahead.
I wouldn't say worry.
Like teams are willing to bail, so maybe there's value of going up.
Jumping ahead of me in front of 12.
Yeah.
If they do it,
and all of a sudden they're just picking off guys.
If they do it, they do it because I'm prepared to miss those guys at 12 anyway.
Yeah.
It's in my mind that those dudes. I've been saying for a while we might get put in a bad spot at 12.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have said that.
I don't know what's going to happen with this.
Todd Archer felt that yesterday working that draft.
Shouts out to Todd. But the difference between me and Todd, and shouts out to Todd, but the difference between me and Todd is I will confidently draft one of these offensive dudes.
Yeah.
And get right back into defensive work at 20 and forward. It just is what it is.
How about this one? How about your favorite player that nobody's talking about?
Shit. I feel like anybody talking about nothing past 20, but
no, that's what I'm saying. Any player on your board that nobody's talking about. I know you and I. Well, I mean to interrupt you, but because I always do interrupt you.
No, go ahead, please.
But there's you and I talk about all these players.
Yeah.
You know, so we do talk about these players.
Yeah.
But there's somebody on this drafting cycle.
Yeah.
That you're like, man, they're not talking about this guy nearly enough.
I'll give you a name at every unit. Wheatley at safety.
I agree with that.
Key Wheatley, Penn State safety. I don't think enough people talking about him. I'm seeing more from some of these other guys, but like Devin Moore, the cornerback from Florida. I don't think enough people talking about Devin Moore. I think he could sneak into the second round. I got a 3 on him.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Josh Rodriguez. Everybody's Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Josh Rodriguez Worth.com. But I don't think nobody's talking about Golday. I just knew that Golday was going to.
You were high on him from the jump. Yeah.
But Golday will get there. Defensive tackle. I'm surprised, like Christian Miller's name not
really hasn't. It has.
I haven't heard Christian Miller's name a lot.
Giants people were talking about him quite a bit. You know, they were kind of feeling like they were talking Christian Miller at 37, so the top of the second round is what they were thinking about. But 320 pounds.
Yeah,
those Georgia players, it's strange, man. And they play in the national championship every year. They're a great team, and then the players were like, oh, they're two-gapping, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, and then they get in the league and they play great.
Smoke it.
Yeah.
As far as my pass rushes go, I give you one in the third round and one in the fourth round. Third round, Max Llewellyn from Iowa. We mentioned him. I think he's really good for what he's being shown.
I do too.
People talk about Perkins a lot, but not in a good way. But Mason Rager,
in Wisconsin,
in the fourth round for me, that's a great Wisconsin pass rusher right there.
Sure,
you just add him to the list. But yeah, I mean, Jalen Farmer, as an offensive line guy, I don't see a bunch of like when we talk about wide receivers, we hear a bunch about Cooper Concepcion. We hear a lot about Boston. We hear a lot about like Brazel, Lane, and Hurst. Nobody's talking about C.J. Daniels and Antonio Williams. Yeah. And those are guys in my third round. Yeah. Daniels from Clemson and Antonio Williams at Miami. like I'm route running guys. Is that backwards?
Backwards, yeah.
C.J. Daniels from Miami.
Daniels, Miami, yeah.
6'2", like 6'2", 205, like good size route running yak guy. And Williams, who I think is a top 3 route runner in this class, and he has yak ability. I'm not saying nobody talk about them. So there's some guys at every unit there that they probably haven't been talking about.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm with you on these guys' stuff. Listen, we could talk about 12 and 20 all day, but to me, where this draft, again, talking with the Giants, they really do like Hurst, from Georgia State. They were talking about him quite a bit. You mentioned, you're absolutely right about your guard from Kentucky. You're absolutely right about Farmer. I mean, I was talking to people around the league about him, and you and I got in that discussion. I was like, this guy didn't move very well, doesn't do this, doesn't do that, and they were like, guys like, nah, Brian, you got this guy wrong. And they're like, if you really, really dig in and study him, and I think you're going to be right on that. I don't think that people have talked enough about Garrett Nussmeier at quarterback.
For sure.
Sure. And I know you. I've talked about Allard from Penn State. He's one of my guys. I think Garrett Nussmeier from LSU is a guy that needs to be talked about a little bit more when it comes to that. And then you mentioned also these safeties. I'm glad you brought up Moore from Indiana.
Yeah.
Because that was another guy that I was kind of talking about as well.
Nobody's mentioning these guys. But I just think it's common draft speak to talk about the first round and maybe get into the second a little bit. But I just want to challenge some of my peers, man. Like, hey, dig into your draft bag. Like we spent a lot of time. Man, Bryan, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. And we watch 12 players a week or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Man, Bryan. Shit, 14 really. So 5, 5, and 4.
Yeah.
We watch 14 players a week, Bryan. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get on this program or just any platform we're on and only talk about the 6 names at 12 overall. We do a ton of work. We do a shit ton of work.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about some of these 5th and 6th round guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And guys I don't like. I'm talking about them too.
Yeah, you got to talk about. Okay, and
World.
And the final thing, I know I asked you something that we completely overthink.
It's all good.
What's something we haven't thought about enough? If you look at this draft, what's something we haven't thought about enough? Whether it's a philosophy, we talked about trading up, trading backs. You know, teams are bad at drafting. You know, what's something that we haven't talked about or thought about enough?
One thing I don't think that we've mentioned, just a talking point storyline, is, and you've heard me say this, but never in this context or whatever, right? So I got 12 first round grades.
Right.
42 second round grades,
right.
37 third round grades, and I got 50 fourth round grades. Some of our 4th round grades is going to be in the 5th round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we drafting at the top of that. So, Bryan, we could sit up here and be like, okay, well, pick 112 is going to be important. Pick 112 is likely going to be important. But I think when we get to 152, I think there's a likelihood that one of our guys that we value as a 4th round dude is going to be there for us at 152. I'm looking around here, and I only got half of my 4th round guys stacked because I only wanted to get to a certain point.
Level, yeah.
And my 4th round guys, just half of them are stretching me to 131 right now. So if I fill that board up, I'm bound to get into the 150 somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally understand.
Because I got 50 of them guys, right? So in my mind, I feel like we should be respecting pick 152 as well. That's the top 100.
Yeah.
It's really like a top 150 player, and especially for the Cowboys, because we're not looking at quarterback at all.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
not at all.
So I don't think they're going to spend any of these picks on like future quarterback stuff. They just signed Sam Howell, and they got a bunch of other guys that's young in the quarterback room. So we could really dedicate all these picks to picking the best defensive players that we can, a couple of offensive here and there. I think when we get to pick 151, I don't think we're talking about the possible spillover from previous rounds that can drop players a little bit down the board for you.
To me, I'm like I was like talking to you earlier, like give me this thing through the 5th round. You know, I mean, I think that you've done something.
So to your point, if you got good 5th round players on your board too, we may be a little different. Yeah. But they may fall over into the comp picks.
That's saying
177 might be.
That's the thing that I'm kind of looking at right now, and the adjustment that I've learned something. I've learned a lot of things, but the thing that I've learned about the way to set the board is you have that 5th round and then the extras. You know, for so many years it was okay. Got to put a 6th round together. Got to just put those guys down there, and if you could sort those extras out the way that you do, you know, I grew up with a board that was probably somewhere between like 140 guys.
Yeah.
It never was, you know, my board right now, the way I look at it, looks super cluttered.
Because we're watching everybody, but
but we're trying. We got to do it. We got to do it for the league.
But if you're working for a team, some guys not even.
I can make this board look even leaner.
Yeah.
If I really wanted.
Because the Cowboys really only gonna consider like 120 guys. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man.
At most.
Fachi, when you sit there and you stack it and you look at that, you know, you look at it by round and by position.
Yeah.
And there's only like 140 guys, 125 guys, 130 guys on that board.
You can see it better.
You could see it.
Because you're taking off.
It's so clear.
So, for example, like you may take off some of the off the field guys.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that you don't think fit your system.
Right.
Some of the guys you may not think are smart because Christian Parker's here now. And you may only end up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Take your top 100 and add 40 more players. If you said you stacked that thing, where are you at?
131, yeah.
You're at 131. Yeah. You're going to get to 140 and then stop and look at your board and think, God, I'll take any one of these guys.
All these guys,
Because there comes to a certain point where you're like, you don't want to window dress. You want to put guys on the board that you would take. But man, when you're bored, when you look at your board with 125, 130, 140 names, it looks so much different in a good way. Because it focuses you on who you need to take in that round. That's what it does. All right, man.
We should definitely work on that one day. We should.
Yeah, I'd like to see, and people have the opportunity because they'll be up on Crown Global Media and all that. As your board, your actual board. I'm putting my board up too when I get it finished up. But yeah, I'm curious when you get to your 140 players and you said, okay, if I had to draft today, because your 140th player will be a guy you're like, I'll take that guy.
So I just did the math. 140 will give me exactly all of my fourth round grades, and the Cowboys pick at 112 in the fourth round, and their fifth round pick is 152.
Yeah. See what's going to happen. And people, I remember when I told Larry Lacewell when I was at Dallas, when I moved over from Green Bay, well, I came from Jacksonville to Dallas, and I showed him my board. Maybe I get a board posted and show you my board from back in the day. But they had like 400 names on this board.
That's too much.
And I was like going, I go, no disrespect, boss, but how do you draft? Yeah. How do you, well, aren't you gonna run out of names if you, no.
There's only 200. Look, back in the day we had 12 rounds maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not, we would have a small board and we had that, I did a 12 round draft in Green Bay. And then, it started going, they reduced it after that. Yeah. But to me, when you look at everybody's like, your boards, you're going to run out of guys. No, you won't. Yeah. Every time we've ever done this, there were 5 or 6 names left on the board. We could still draft. We could still make one more pick. Yeah. Because, not everybody's board is the absolute same.
And those are the guys that you call first and undrafted free agents.
Right.
You call them first.
Right.
Fair enough, Mr.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Good show, man. Just for context, you asked earlier, and you ain't bring it back. Mason Rager is my top name on my fourth round list.
Okay. Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Did I say that off air?
No. Yeah. And you asked me. It was somewhere you asked me, but Mason Rager.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My last question.
Yeah. There it is.
Give me your best fourth round player.
Mason Rager. He's 140 right now on my board.
There you go. See, you'd love to have him.
I'm having a party if I can get Mason Rager.
He's a good player.
You take Downs at 12, Messador at 20, and getting Mason Rager to compliment that. That's a
your defense got better then.
Damn haul, man. Yeah. That's a damn
defense
haul.
Got better.
Just make sure you have
confidence. You have confidence you could do that.
Look, man,
I'm serious, man. I'm serious.
I don't want to be a scout. But let me be like BT Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just come in and consult.
Yeah.
I'll bring my board to the table and let me just talk to these people like, hey, man, this is what I would do. I take him off. This is what I think. And just let me leave and y'all just do what y'all want to do.
It's amazing, though, the number of mistakes that are made in this stuff. But there's some hits, too. There's some teams that are good at this.
Yeah.
There are some teams that are good at this.
Yeah. I just manifested that to the universe. They're going to call Voch. Hey, Voch, we just want to talk to you about your board real quick. I don't think they're going to fire me. Yeah. All right. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. NFL is a strange lady. Y'all got 11 more days.
11 more days.
Got 11 more days before it's out. It is limited edition. So y'all go and check that out. Yeah, it is. 11 hours and 11 days, 12 hours, 2 minutes.
Getting close.
So y'all go and grab one of those if you want to get a quarter zip with a Doing All Right. You want to get a mug with a Stack logo on it, knock yourself out. We are still moving the notebooks. Go to crownglobalmedia.com for everything. Man, if you want to build the board.
Yeah, the Stack.
Do that. Yeah. Your top 100. It's easy to follow. Just put your names in and type them out.
William's got it. William's got it hooked up. So yeah, you could just, the best thing is to type it out, just follow the instructions and then post it. I'd be interested. So I'm going to go through them and see you guys stacks, and maybe on a Friday question day or a day we have some time. Yeah. Maybe go through a couple of the top 100s and acknowledge some folks' hard work. Yeah. And see if we agree with them. See if we don't. There might be some that are like, wow, that's a pretty solid board. Or we might say, well, you're drafting for the Jets.
Yeah.
That kind of
that's fair. That'll be awesome. Yeah. Also, too, my board is up there. Brian's board is up there, so y'all go and check that out. And my board is also pinned to the top of my Twitter. If you want further context, because I got notes and stuff. I got how many grades I got. Mine's just worded a little different. So you can go find whatever you want to find. All right. Crown Global Media on Twitter. I'm Voch Lombardi. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. We're going to have a guest in. Yeah. I ain't going to say who's the guest because y'all know how that go. But we're going to have a guest. All right. We love y'all to pieces. Crown.